Welcome, everybody. Thanks for taking some time out of your busy day. I know everybody is doing a million things, especially this time of year, ramping up for summer events and so forth. So I do appreciate you taking a couple of minutes to learn a little bit more about Engage by Sell's mobile solutions. Love the title of this session, Put Your Downtown on the Map. Um, what we basically do at Engage by Sell is we provide mobile tools to enhance visitor experience, resident experience, and really drive that engagement. We have been around for oops, sorry, don't know what's going on with my screen there. We've been around for about, over 20 years, fully based in the US. We offer cloud-based or mobile solutions. And most importantly, we are a human customer support organization. We're not bots, we're real live people. Our customer service, you call them, they answer the phone, you send them an email, they reply to you. We really provide that human personal support. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So these are just, and I'm not one to read slides to people off of a PowerPoint presentation, but there's certain challenges that all organizations face. I think mainly the first one listed is the priority. Your visitors are more tech savvy. They're expecting more interactive or engaging experiences. And through the Engage by Sell platform, you're able to provide that. So a little bit about the services that we offer. We offer GPS mapping, and that basically can be for indoor venues, outdoor venues, parks, cities, downtown areas, and so forth. Within that can be placed in one of our smartphone tours, where you can add all types of content and engagement. So schedule of events, scavenger hunts, art walks, educational material, and so forth. One of the other solutions we offer is text messaging, and that's great for communicating. We have many clients that use our text messaging platform that will send updates about specific events or when tickets go on sale or information about road construction in the area and so forth. So that's really something that helps them stay on top of any issues that are arising during events and so forth. And then finally, audio tours, where you can guide people either on historic tours, art walks, and so forth. And that can all be housed within the smartphone tour. Various ways that people use us prior to an event or somebody coming to visit. They can check out to see what's in the area, what they might like to see, and so forth. When they're actually at your physical location, being able to see what's going on in town, what shops there are, where's a great place to, have lunch or dinner or cocktails and so forth. Information about events and so forth. Scavenger hunts is something that's always fun, whether it's geared towards children or adults. It's a great way to provide a little bit of wayfinding, maybe direct traffic to areas that don't see as much foot traffic normally. It's a great way to get local businesses involved, encouraging them to stop by local shops and stores and so forth. So if you have your cell phone, why don't you go ahead and take it out and scan that QR code? So one of the things that's great about our platform is there's no downloading required. A visitor is not going to have to go to the App Store or to Google Play and figure out, oh, which one is it? Or am I downloading the right thing? It's simply scanning a QR code to access it. And I'm going to do this right here on my phone also. I'm just going to simply scan that QR code. And then instantly what pops up is one of our clients, downtown Austin. So hopefully that's now on your phone. Um, we have found, and in the past, like I said, we've been around for about 20 years. We built traditional native apps, but we found out that people really did not want to download them. They don't want to take up storage space on their phone. And sometimes it's just inconvenient for maybe something that they're just going to use for a day. You have to remember to delete it and so forth. I was talking to somebody the other day and they were running out of bandwidth on their phone and they're like, okay, do I delete the pictures that I just took from my 3-year-old granddaughter's birthday party, or do I download this app? So luckily with the Engage by Cell platform, that's not a decision that you're going to have to make. The nice thing about the platform also is you can set it and save an icon to your home screen. So if you are a frequent visitor to a specific area, it will save an icon on your phone just looking just like a regular app without taking up the bandwidth and the storage space. So people always ask me, what's the difference between our website and what Engage by Cell offers? And I always say a website is great for getting people interested in going to your area, your community, and so forth. But how can you engage them once they're there, right? So it's all about creating a better experience. So some of the ways that our clients have used our platform, and I'm just going to go through a couple of these. This one happens to be an example of an audio tour. So you click on a certain icon, for example, the witch house. And then once you do that, there's an audio file that plays with it. There's also a transcript of the information that's being recorded or being spoken. This is great if you have folks that have low vision and they'd rather hear an audio guide as opposed to having to read some small print and so forth. But again, it's a great way to provide information. Audio guides are great for art walks. Many of our clients will record audio clips of their artists talking about what the inspiration was or what the process was that they came up with to design a mural and so forth. So again, it's really more engaging. It gives that kind of behind the scenes type information to the visitor. Photo sharing. So this is another one of the great engagements we provide. This happens to be an example. We work with a water park, and they wanted folks to be able to upload photos and create a little scrapbook on their site. So they simply tap a button, snap a photo, upload it, and so forth. And then, as you see in the final picture, it creates a little gallery. What this is also doing is it's feeding you photos for your marketing campaigns and so forth. If you notice, it says by submitting content, you grant permission and so forth. It's really fun. People can like them, like the photos, share it on the social media sites and so forth. Event voting. So this is something really fun, and I have to credit our client in Danville, California. They came up with this. Prior to having our service, every year the downtown shops would have, they were given a scarecrow or they were to decorate a scarecrow. And they used to have paper ballots where people would go by and vote, and but the ballots would sometimes never make it into where they needed to be submitted, or people would fill it out and then forget to turn it in. Being able to do this on a mobile app solved that problem, right? So they could be directed to where each of these scarecrows were. And then once they were in at the area and maybe viewed a couple of them and so forth, they could go back and vote for their favorite. Um, Scarecrow stroll is what they call it, but we have a lot of clients who do this for holiday light displays. We have a client that does something for Cinco de Mayo, and they're having people vote for their favorite margarita from their food trucks and so forth. So again, lots of different ways to get people involved. Feedback surveys. So this is an example of one of our clients who had an event called Vibe Downtown. and they wanted to get some feedback. I think this was a newer event. So they wanted to see what people really liked about it, what maybe they wanted to change, and so forth. Again, they could have had a paper survey, but where are they going to get turned into, and how is the information going to get into the appropriate hands to make the changes for the next event? So having it all here on the app was quite to their advantage. So, did you attend? How did you hear about it? How often do you visit the area? And then, rating different aspects of the event and so forth. Scavenger hunts, like I mentioned earlier, they're always fun. They could be geared towards, younger children, teens, adults, and so forth. I think we did have one client that started doing like a pub crawl type scavenger hunt, which was a lot of fun, got a lot of great feedback on that. People like to, either show off their knowledge that they have or be able to find a clue and so forth. One of the things that I talk to people about all the time is that this mobile app is your real estate, right? So if you have sponsors or if you're looking to have a project funded, you can provide sponsor information within that site. If you notice here, the Atlanta Botanical Garden, their main sponsor is Invesco. Their logo shows up on each and every single page, which is great. There's also an about section where they could learn more about the organization. This is an example of one sponsor, but you could also have multiple sponsors. I was just looking at one of our client sites earlier this morning, and they are a waterside community. There are a lot of boat rental companies in the area. So they allowed them to sponsor part of the site. And it was basically an ad, for Joe's Bow Rental or, Mike's Sip and Sail and things like that. They were, most of them offered coupons. If you showed them the app, you got a discount and so forth. So this is a great way to generate revenue. One, to pay for your mobile app, and two, as an additional revenue stream for you. We don't limit the number of sponsors you can have. You could have one, you could have 5, you could have 20. But the capability is there to acknowledge sponsors that you do have. And finally, this is really important, contact collection. So many of our clients will have a form asking people to either opt in to their newsletter or sign up to receive text messages from them and so forth. The casual visitor is not going to be able to provide you that information when they're just walking around, downtown and so forth. So being able to capture that information usually makes everybody's marketing department very, very happy. Finally, special event maps. So as I had mentioned, we do GPS mapping. It could be for an entire area. We work with Downtown Houston, and they have a downtown map that covers the entire area. And it has things like hotels and restaurants and shopping and art and so forth. But then for their specific events, this happened to be a Dia de los Muertos event last fall. They replicated that map and just highlighted the special points of interest that were participating in this event. So if somebody was there specifically for that, they didn't have to go through their regular map and weed through all the hotels and bars and things like that. They could actually see a map specifically designed for that event. They also incorporated that voting for your favorite storefront that I had mentioned earlier. And so a lot of people ask, how do people find out about this and so forth? Word of mouth is always great. Internal publicity, I always recommend organizations include either the QR code or a link. on their email signatures, on their website, any correspondence that goes out, postcards, and so forth. But then some clients do create signage. What's been popular lately is those window cling stickers. People have been printing those out and putting them, having all the shopkeepers and store owners put them in their storefronts. So when the casual passerby can see it, they could just scan their QR code there and have access to all the information on the app. One of the other big things that's great about our platform is the analytics that we provide. So real-time numbers. And when I say we can slice and dice information a ton of different ways. So we can figure out, we have reporting that shows how many people have looked at the map or a section of your site or the site in its entirety over the past 30 days, over the past 7 days, in the past day. We can break it down hourly so we can see when, large groups are coming in and so forth. Anytime somebody taps on a pinpoint on the map, that's recorded. So you can see what your most popular stops are, or, where people are looking for information for. You can also, again, all the information that they would include, whether it's a feedback survey or signing up for a newsletter or what have you, is all captured by the platform. So I'm going to just take a breath for a second and see if anybody has some questions. I know I wanted to let you know, if you were an attendee at the Main Street Conference, we do have some special pricing for you folks. An email will go out with that, or I'll reach out to you individually to discuss pricing. Pricing is based upon size of the organization. A small Main Street area is not going to obviously pay what downtown Houston or Austin pays. We try to make the price affordable, but I do have special pricing for anybody who attended the Main Street Conference. Do we have any other questions? Okay, well, with that, again, I appreciate the time that you've taken to spend with me for a few minutes today. This presentation and the recording will be being sent out to you via email. You should probably receive that tomorrow or the next day. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Again, thanks for joining and have a great day.